What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Amari here, and if you're new here and you're finding this video because of the title, hi, how are you? My name is Amari. But yeah, so this is gonna be a quick video on why I stopped doing Doordash. It wasn't really by choice, but I'll explain that later in the video. But yeah, it's gonna be like pretty straightforward to the point. And yeah, I'm just gonna tell y'all everything that's happened to me personally. Maybe some of you guys can relate to it, and depending on where you live. But yeah, let's get into this video. So if you've seen my video back in September, I talked about I started Doordash. I think at that point it had been a week or two, maybe a month. I can't really remember. But go check that video out just to be able to compare it to today's video. But yeah, I started back in September of 2018, and I had the package. Like I said in that video, I had the bag and the card for a while. I had signed up a while before that, and I just never did it. But once I actually started doing it, I was making money left and right. So from September to, like I said, December or January of this year, things kind of slowed down. But again, when I started, I was making money like that. And I'll insert screenshots as I did in the previous video of my different amounts I made. I think in that video I had just started, so I didn't make a lot. I made, I think my first week like 100 and something, and that was only doing it, I think I did 2 or 3 days. I can't really remember, but I didn't do it like a lot that week, and I had already made like $100. And actually the first day that I did it, I made $80. And that was just one day. Like that's like one day, and that's what hooked me on to doing it, because just that one day I made $82, and I think I did like 6 deliveries. So I didn't do that much work, and I got a lot of money. So like I said, that's what like kept me going and kept me doing. So yeah, like I said, I kept going, kept doing it. There was one week in particular I would never forget. I think it was sometime in October. I made like $390 or something, like close to $400 that week. And I was like, what? Like, of course I did it a lot more that week than usual. But also, as we all know, if you do DoorDash yourself, or just like any like Postmates, DoorDash, like any of these other companies, it all depends on if people want to order food and how many people they have in that area to deliver. It determines if you're gonna, you know, get the orders like that or not. So that one week in particular, again, I'll insert screenshots. I made, I think it was $394. Again, the screenshot will be there to clarify everything and to back me up. But that was like, honey, I was like, what? $400 in one little week? Like, that was crazy. Like, I don't even make that much at my regular job. Well, I didn't at the time make that much at my regular job. So I was like, honey, and for a college student, honey, I was lit, okay? After that, this is where it starts to get a little funny. To start off, I would say that since that particular week, after up until now, when I stopped doing DoorDash, I never made that much. Now, as we know, again, how much time can you put into it? Is there a lot of people that deliver in your area as well? Because that would determine if you how many orders you get at a certain time, what time of day are you doing it, stuff like that. All those things factor in. So as we know, you're not going to always make $400 every week. Now, I see some of these videos going around on YouTube. Some of these people, I mean, they have receipts to back them up. I mean, as we know, I'm not saying that anyone's lying, but technology, you can do a lot of things with it. You can change numbers, you can change screenshot, like you can do a lot of different things. So, but some people happen to live in areas where they can and they're able to, because the area is either just that big or it's just not that many people that do DoorDash. So they're getting a lot of orders compared to where I live. when I first started, I was getting orders like that every time I did DoorDash. And I would do it probably like once a day because I also go to school and work. And I would make $100 that week, like easy. But for some reason, DoorDash is not as booming as it was when I first started. And here's why. So around November-ish and December, that's kind of like when things started really slowing down. I think at that point, it was just because of the fact that a lot of people started getting hip to it. I think when I first started, it was kind of new in the area. So people who even order from DoorDash didn't know nothing about ordering from DoorDash. So nobody really knew about the fact that you can drive for them. And then you have people who didn't really know that it was a delivering service in our area. Because for a while, when I first signed up with like Grubhub and tried to do those ones, I saw DoorDash and it was available in like a couple cities away, but it said, oh, it's not in your area yet, stuff like that. So that's also, you know, it was kind of new. I think when I first started, that's another reason. But again, it wasn't as many people hip to it. So a lot of people didn't know, oh, you can deliver with DoorDash and make money. After a while, when I go, like compared to when I first started, and I would go to different restaurants, people like, DoorDash, what's that? Like nobody really knew about it. And sometimes some of the workers, like at the restaurants, they would ask me, do you like it? Should I sign up? And things like that. And of course, me being me, like I want everybody to win. It's easy money. All you have to do is have a car or some type of transportation. It's easy money. I'm like, yeah, this is how it works. You know, just like I did the video. Granted, people, if you watch my last video, granted, a lot of people probably don't live where I live, but still, like I want everybody to win. And I think it was a good service for me. You know, and it still might work really well for others. Again, it depends where you live, but for me personally, it's not. But yeah, as I said, a lot more people, I think, started getting hip to it, started signing up. Compared to when I first started, it was really nobody, again, who knew about it. And then I started noticing after a couple months, when I go to restaurants, I see a couple other DoorDashers picking up orders as well. So I was like, okay. So I knew then, like, okay, a lot of people, and it was like reoccurring. It wasn't like one time, like one day this week, I saw a couple other DoorDashers at this particular restaurant. And then when I do it again tomorrow, I don't see anybody. Like, no, it started, like, at first it was like scarce. And then it started, every time I went somewhere, I saw at least one or two other DoorDashers. So I knew, I was like, too many people are getting hip to it. Like, I just knew that I knew it wasn't gonna last long for me. So my roommate, she was doing DoorDash right when I kind of signed up. She had signed up. She didn't know, like we didn't even know that, we didn't know about each other doing DoorDash until one day I just saw the bag laying in her room and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I just started too. But we've noticed the same thing. So around the time it started getting slow for me, it started getting slow for her. And at that point, I think she, like, I had started, but she still didn't start for a while. And then after a while, she did it because she was having trouble getting the app set up and everything. But she started noticing the same thing. So at first, I was like, first I thought it was something I did. I mean, my ratings was really good. I think even if I go on the app today, I think I'll still have a 4.8 rating because I haven't done any dashes in months. So I was thinking, I was like, is it me? Like, have I done too many? Like, I've done over 250 deliveries. And I'm like, have I done too many deliveries? And now they're trying to, like, let other people get a chance. Like, what is it? But when I saw she was doing the same, and she hasn't even done, I want to say maybe she's probably done 100, you know, because she doesn't do it anymore either. But it's just that many people started saying, oh, I can drive with DoorDash. Because honestly, we do have Postmates available here, but I've signed up for that. I've never gotten an order. I'll sit on the app, 30 minutes, hour, 2 hours, no orders come through. But just the other day, I seen a lady with a Postmates bag trying to deliver food here out in my apartment complex. And I've seen, like I said, during DoorDash and seeing other Dashers and stuff at some of the restaurants, sometimes I would see like a Postmates delivery driver. And one time I asked him, I said, I never get deliveries. I'll keep the app on for hours and nothing ever comes through. And he's like, yes, like 1 or 2 a day. Like he can never, if even that, he can never get any deliveries like that. So he was like, oh, how's DoorDash? And of course, again, me being nice and just wanted everybody to win, he probably went and signed up for it that night, because he was like, yeah, I don't make anything off of this. I'm looking for something else. And sure enough, he probably went home that night and signed up for DoorDash. But yeah, so it wasn't just me. My roommate was experiencing the same issues as I was. So after a while, I mean, I started picking up more hours at work and in school, and then life just kind of got... And I would check back in every now and then to see, like, oh, can I get an order today? But nothing would come through. Or it's just, if you use DoorDash currently, you know, when it's grayed out, that means it's no high activity or not enough orders coming through for them to send you one. So you can't even log onto the app. Weeks and weeks I've noticed that you know, we can go into the schedule and schedule yourself for certain times, pick certain times that you want to dash at. None was ever available in my area. I think the next closest like area is like 30 minutes away, and I'm like, by the time I drive there and do that, like, I'll just be making up my gas money. So, and not telling if that area is gonna be popping. Now, you know, you can drive in other areas. I have to a town outside of where I live. It's only like 10 minutes away, 10-15 minutes away. I used to do that because, like I said, my particular town, city, it started getting slow. So I was like, maybe if I go next door, you know, I can get some. And I was for a while, but then it started getting real slow there. So I was like, maybe everybody from here is like getting hip. So I was just like, I can't win. And I just refuse to drive 30 minutes out, you know, and it's not like it's like road driving, you know, type of, like it's highway driving, 30 minutes out just to do dash, not even sure if I'm going to get a lot of orders, and just basically just making up my gas money that I just spent driving, and then I still got to drive back. So that's pretty much why I stopped. Like I said at the beginning of this video, it wasn't really by choice. It was just because people were getting more hip to it, and I guess maybe they don't have enough people ordering anymore either, because I know DoorDash used to have a lot of issues. There was just different things that I didn't really like that they were doing. They wouldn't have, some restaurants, they didn't have the correct prices or the correct order, like food. So customers would be ordering on the app, and then the restaurants have to call them like, hey, we don't have such and such. DoorDash has some menu they get offline instead of, especially some of these smaller restaurants like Chinese restaurants and stuff like that. There was one I went to a couple times where, you know, it's the same one. She's like, can you guys please tell DoorDash, like, that's not our correct menu they have, because people keep ordering stuff they don't have. So that was a big issue too, and it was kind of annoying. The card declining was very annoying as well, especially if I'm going through the drive-through. I was like, come on, like, especially when I'm going through the drive-through. A lot of times they advise you to go inside anyway, because of course those things happen. You can just step to the side. A lot of times you order through the drive-thru, they're already getting your food prepared, of course, so by the time you get to the window, they can just hand you the food. But, you know, me relying on DoorDash, after a while, I did just start going inside again. At first, I used to go inside when I first started DoorDash. Once I got comfortable, obviously, I went through the drive-thru. But I had to start going inside again because I was like, I don't have time. Every time I come to the drive-thru, something happens, and then I have to pull over and, like, do all this extra stuff. There was support, I would say, is very, very helpful. Anytime I needed somebody, I got them like that, and they pretty much resolved the issue. The app at the time was very crappy. It was just always freezing. I remember one time in particular, I was doing an order from Applebee's, and you know, it was like a Sunday, so they had all this food, and actually I think the tornado had came through, and so the area I was doing it, the power was out and stuff like that. So I don't know if that's, the app was messing up with the connectivity in the area. I don't know. But I got all their food. And by the time I got to the car, clicked, yeah, I got everything, and let me head to their house, the app just shuts down. And I couldn't get back in. I couldn't do anything. So I had to find a regular number, call DoorDash. It was just a mess. Like, I had to call them, and they were able to give me the address at the time. But then my service in the area started messing up. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to find a restaurant. And there was a lot of restaurants in that area, especially like fast food. And, you know, you can get Wi-Fi usually. My service was messed up in that area. So I was like, let me try to get in a restaurant parking lot and find a Wi-Fi and see if that'll work. Like, that took like 15-20 minutes. Like, it was ridiculous. And I mean, DoorDash said they would contact the person and let them know that I was on my way. It was just having some technical difficulties, you know, finding them. But it was just a lot. And I don't want to say it was all on them, because it could have just been the area because of power was out and stuff. But honey, it was ridiculous. So I've had my, you know, couple of run-ins with that. And that's stuff that I'm pretty sure anybody who does DoorDash, Postmates, Grubhub have ran into. But my main reason is I stopped giving it a chance after I kept trying week after week, and it was just nothing coming through. So I was just like, forget it. I actually went on to start doing Lyft because I got a new car. So I was able to start doing Lyft because I had a more reliable car. My last car was not reliable. Me and whoever I picked up would have been stuck somewhere. But I can do a whole nother video on Lyft. A lot of people know about Lyft at this point. So, but I can still do another video of my experience because I'm younger. I don't really think I've seen any like real young, I'm 22. I don't think I've really seen any real young Lyft drivers. A lot of people that do these Lyft videos are kind of like, they might be close to my age, like in their 20s, but a lot of the ones I've seen at least, they're like a little bit older than me. So, yeah. So yes, guys, I never had any bad experiences with customers per se. Not that I can remember. 250 people. Yeah, not that I can remember. I felt like one time I did deliver to the same person, not like back to back, but I really remembered like them from a time before. But other than that, the customers were always pretty cool, pretty chill. I did have one customer one time text me asking me to get him basically, you know, tobacco leaves or whatever you want to call it. So, because he was trying to smoke. And I didn't see his message because I was trying to figure out where he lived. Like, he literally lived out in the middle of nowhere. Like, it was a really nice neighborhood, but like to get there, it was like all these dark roads and like all that crap. So I was really trying to focus on trying to get to him because it was so dark. But yeah, once I got in the neighborhood, of course it was lit up. It was lights out there, houses and stuff. But so it wasn't sketchy, but it was just how to get there was kind of sketchy. So I was scared at first. But I didn't see his message till after I gave him his food and pulled off. And when I think about it, I'm like, he was like, when I gave him his food, it's like he was waiting for something. And I was like, have a good day. Like, like what? It looked like he was waiting for something. And then as I was driving off, I happened to check my messages and I saw that he had asked me to stop and he was going to give me extra money for doing that. Because obviously I can't use I would have to pay with my own money. I couldn't use the DoorDash card or anything like that. And I was just like, dang. And I text back. I don't know if he was able to get the message. I text back and said, sorry, just saw your message, you know, but I can't do that. But yeah, that was like probably like the weirdest situation I've had. But yeah, it was so weird because he was just like waiting. Like he was like kind of lingering. Like, I gave him his food and he's just like, you know, most people, you give them their food and they're like, have a good day and walk away. But he was just like waiting. And I'm just like, bye. Like, at first I did get a little scared because I'm like, why is he just standing? Because it's dark. Even though it's like in a neighborhood, it was still like dark outside. And it was just like weird. I don't know. But after I said have a good day, I guess he realized I didn't have what he asked me for. So he just like, okay. And he walked away. But so guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Definitely, if you live in an area that's you think it's pretty popping and you would still be able to do DoorDash, I definitely say do it, because like I said, I made a lot of money. Like when they sent me my tax thing at the end of the year, I made a lot of money off of that in a couple of months that I did it. So it's definitely worth it. Again, it just depends where you live and you can't really predict if people don't want to eat or not. So that's the only downside. But definitely check out DoorDash. I will still leave my referral link down below if you want to sign up under me. If you thought this video was helpful, give me a thumbs up. If you do DoorDash or any Postmates or anything like that, let me know. I'm in North Carolina. Like I said, in my particular area, I won't give out the city, but in my particular area, it's very, very hard to do Postmates and Grubhub. I signed up for Grubhub, but they never got back to me. I signed up twice and they never got back to me. But yeah, leave me your experiences that you've had with DoorDash in your particular state. You don't have to put the city. If you have any questions, definitely let me know because I'll be answering them. And again, go watch my last video, very informative as well. Thank you guys. Bye.